Hello and welcome to the Stem Cell Healing Institute podcast. In case you have any questions, please send us an email to info@stemcellhealinginstitute.com. Thank you and enjoy the podcast.
Previously on Stem Cell Healing Institute.
I had stem cells about a year and a half ago, so I've been very excited to share my experience. It's been a long time coming, and I feel like the extra passage of time has actually been beneficial because now I have a much greater picture and like an outlook of what I can tell you about what my experience has been like. So I was chronically ill for about 15 years, and I'm a Canadian, and so I had exhausted all of the options in the Canadian healthcare system. So, like I said, stage 4 endometriosis, it was extra pelvic, meaning it wasn't just in my uterus and female organs. It was also expanded beyond that, all the way up to my diaphragm. And what I really liked about our consult, Dr. Z, is that you told me nothing is impossible. And like the ease in which you told me that, like, I have lots of other patients that I have been able to reverse and regenerate things that seem impossible. And this was one of those things for me that I did not think would do from my own experience of what I felt in my body and what so many doctors had told me, and countless women who have the same experience. And so when you would tell me with so much confidence and ease that yes, absolutely, it is possible, I found it very hard to believe. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to shoot my shot. I'm going to try. And that's the one thing I like about stem cells is you have nothing to lose, only something to gain.
So, Debbie, I would like to see if you can expand. Why did you choose Dr. Z? Dr. Z, I'm calling her Dr. Z now, for your treatment?
So some of the other specific reasons that really made me feel more comfortable was our initial consultation happened in Canada, very close to home. Dr. Z is Canadian from Burnaby, from the Metro Vancouver area. So I really liked that she understood my context and what it's like for Canadians to go abroad. I particularly appreciated that she's educated from an institute in BC, particularly UBC. And so I thought if this doctor that's doing very state-of-the-art and regenerative medicine outside of Canada, but is educated in some of the best institutions that our country has to offer, that there's got to be a compelling reason for that. And I've already experienced that firsthand. There's actually a really beautiful symmetry there because I don't know if I mentioned this, but Dr. Sinervo as well, my surgeon from Atlanta, is also Canadian educated. Okay. And so, that in particular really gave me ease that, she has a background from home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah. And then particularly, I'm doing Louise's job now. Shut up. Shut up.
No, but you were gonna ask her.
I was gonna ask her. I want to know. I'm just so excited. I want you to tell everybody what you did on me because other patients always ask me, and I always have to tell them in layman's terms what she did. And I'm very excited for her to share what she did for me with more specificity from a doctor's perspective.
Absolutely.
My entire treatment plan.
Absolutely. I'm really happy to give detail about your treatment because you're giving me permission to do it.
Yes.
So with Debbie, we had to ensure that Debbie was also suffering from not only the effects of endometriosis, but she also was suffering from vitiligo, which is an autoimmune condition of the skin. And so My treatment approach in that regard was it was a two-pronged approach and two types of stem cells. So endometrial stem cells, which are very, very effective for autoimmune conditions, as well as bone marrow derived stem cells that are grown and incubated in vivo within her own body. We have a proprietary method of doing that in order to achieve the high numbers that we needed for your treatment, as well as the viability, the potency of the stem cells, the youthfulness of the stem cells, because they're brand new stem cells that we're creating within the bone marrow a few days prior to harvest. So we don't need to have the need to incubate them in a lab and to, require weeks to do that and potentially expose the stem cells to any kind of contamination. So we just find our proprietary approach to be so safe and so effective. So we combined your endometrial stem cells, not yours, from a donor, as well as the bone marrow stem cells, and we applied them in various different modalities, which is really important because, again, as Louise knows, and I think as you know, Debbie, my approach and my philosophy is to leave no stones unturned. So we did intravenous infusion of the stem cells, about roughly 300 million stem cells per infusion, combined with growth factors from her own blood and exosomes, as well as intranasal aspiration with the use of an enzyme to make the cribriform plate in the nasal cavity a little more penetrable to the stem cells, as well as in the IV, I like to use mannitol, especially in order to, again, get the stem cells not only everywhere the blood flows, but also past the blood-brain barrier, which can be, it's the body's natural defense mechanism against noxious chemicals and bacteria and viruses. And in this case, we want the stem cells in a very short temporary window to squeeze past that barrier in order to get the best total body effect. As well as specifically for Debbie, I devised a treatment plan in order to address the vitiligo by injecting also stem cells into the lymph nodes, inguinal lymph nodes in her case, to get to the whole immune system. As well as, and that was, I would say, roughly about 200 to 300 million stem cells, as well as intravaginal injections. And this is all done under sedation because we always get the concern, am I going to feel anything, doc? And no. And that was, it's done under sedation and local anesthetic. And we only use enough medication to keep the patient comfortable. Once we're done our work, it could take maybe 20 minutes or a half an hour, we get them out. Okay, we only use enough medication because, again, my philosophy is as much drugless therapy as possible. And that's the key, is to stimulate the body to heal itself, as we mentioned earlier. And Debbie, did we? Oh, and we also did local injections in the actual areas of the hypopigmentation due to the vitiligo. So we did local injections to cause a natural pigmentation again to recur and to decrease or eliminate the spread of the vitiligo. And did I miss anything there? I think we got everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Did we catch the lymph nodes?
Yeah, we got the lymph nodes.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty much Debbie's, along with all of the pre-treatment and post-treatment protocol. That was everything that we did with Debbie where the stem cells are concerned, and the cocktail.
So, as a final question, doctor, does Debbie need any follow-ups as far as stem cells, or was it just one-time treatment?
As far as we know, I think we're good to go with a one-time treatment, and that's my goal, is to, again, leave no stones unturned and to do anything that needs to be done so that we don't have this revolving door with patients, because we just want to get them well. And, in terms of, if, there are other clinics that count on repeat business, for us, it's not about repeat business. It's about getting the patient well, and they do the work for us, because a happy patient talks. And and we've been very blessed with a lot of referrals that way. And
like how that no stone left unturned philosophy like works in actuality beyond the 1 week treatment plan is that I found that with Dr. Z, yes, she has this amazing approach where she will treat anything and everything very liberally and very generously. And she puts you in touch with a post-treatment plan that's actually going to help you and succeed. And it's kind of like I'm here to treat you, I'm here to heal you, I wish you well, but I wish for you to never return again because she truly wants her patients to get better. And, often with our treatment plans, it'll be like you need to lose weight, but they don't really give you the tools or the contacts for how. A very common theme for my particular illness is, seek counseling or heal your trauma. Without really giving you any real tools of how. And so that's where Dr. Z is so great. She, works in conjunction with my doctors at home. I have a naturopath that I go to over there as well, and gave me contacts that she has tried and tested and vetted herself, including different therapists and whatnot. And whether it's contacts here locally during my experience or other practitioners, there has not been a referral or a recommendation from Dr. Z that I have gotten that I have not been abundantly pleased with. So I'm so grateful because I feel like I was actually given the tools to succeed and yes, to hopefully never to return again. And so, again, I just want to reiterate my experience with Stem Cell Healing Institute, and for all patients, but particularly the ones that have my disease, this is I've made two very smart decisions in my life when it comes to my health. And one was getting proper surgical intervention to deal with the root of the problem. And the second best decision I ever made for my health and seeking beyond what Canada has to offer is to seek regeneration and stem cells and healing my body, and knowing that it is not too ambitious to expect for me to go back to the way I was before this disease took over my life. And Dr. Z truly, with the naturopathic background, the stem cell background, the mental health, the diet, the exercise, truly gave me the tools to be able to actually manifest all that and actually succeed. So thank you very much, Dr. Z, from the bottom of my heart.
My pleasure.
I appreciate you so much. And I have so much experience in this particular area, Louise. Between every kind of research study, medical clinics, hospital programs that Canada has to offer, I spent almost a decade navigating that system. And what I was able to achieve within that 1 week of treatment and the kind of 6 months to 1 year afterwards, you can't beat proper resources and proper intervention, no matter how much effort I put in myself. And that's why I have no hesitation to recommend what's happened here, because I know beyond the 1 week treatment plan and kind of in a post-treatment roadmap, I was very grateful that Dr. Z gave me the kind of tools and the contacts to really manifest and bring into fruition the effort that she put in. Like we had talked about, doctors will often tell you to lose weight or get healthy in general, but not really follow up. We're very blessed as patients that way. The touch points of communication with Dr. Z are very good.
I hold you accountable, don't I, Deb?
Yeah, she holds us accountable, sends resources our way. I get, I got regular emails with actual practical advice and practical contacts. Whether it was, a naturopath locally, or for kind of doing the trauma healing and the mental health portion of it. And I really appreciated, we were chatting about this earlier, but when you're working with doctors, like the butcher wants to cut, the baker wants to bake, and they only talk about their specialty and nothing really beyond that. And you're not afraid to pull from different modalities and really see what it takes, and the kind of building the team of different people in that roadmap of what it takes to actually heal, and hopefully to never see me again.
Absolutely. Yeah, the philosophy is multidisciplinary, and just heal the patient. That's the bottom line. So whatever we can do here to do that, without feeling without compromising the well-being of the patient, it's just so important that you're good in every way. And I talk about that with my patients, so with all the patients. So I'm so glad that you recognize that, and I'm so glad that you are where you are. It's been an honor treating you, Deb.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so lucky, so blessed.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Debbie. And all I have to say is enjoy your time here in Guatemala.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love this country. It's, again, feels like a second home.
Great. Anything else, Doctor?
I think that's everything, Louise. I know that you'll end the video podcast with all the information that the viewers and listeners will require to contact us.
That's right. By the end of this podcast, you will find all the information how to contact Dr. Figueredo. Thank you very much once again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Deb.
Thank you for listening. In case you have any questions, please visit our website, stemcellhealinginstitute.com. Or you may send us an email to info@stemcellhealinginstitute.com. If you want to contact us from North America, you may dial +1 209 690 7836. If you want to send us a message through WhatsApp, please add us at +502 4220 7297. And this is how you find us on our social media. On Facebook, Stem Cell Healing Institute. On Instagram, Stem Cell HI. On Spotify, Stem Cell Healing Institute. On YouTube, Stem Cell Healing Institute. We hope to hear from you. Thank you.